who would want to make purchases or remittances without getting worried about erratic price changes. Will it be a decentralized crypto? Rumors about Facebook's dalliance with blockchain technology have been making the news for a while now, but questions remain as to whether the upcoming coin would run on a decentralized network. The answer to this question will depend on whether Facebook would or could control the currency. If the social networking giant will want to approve every transaction on the network, then a centralized system like PayPal would serve them better than a decentralized blockchain. Insider reports seem to point to speculation that Facebook, Signal, and Telegram are all working in the direction of a digital coin running on a decentralized network. This would mean that the crypto created would to some extent run independently of the company that created it. There's a rumor that Facebook has been talking to cryptocurrency exchanges to have them sell it coin. If that turns out to be true, FB will have potentially eased itself of the burden associated with regulation. If cryptocurrency exchanges hold the currency, they become responsible for the process of screening of potential customers and remove the cumbersome Know Your Customer (KYC) methods from Facebook's jurisdiction. When is it likely to launch? As per the New York Times report, the stablecoin is likely to be launched during the first half of 2019 or thereabouts. Quoting unnamed inside sources, the publication says the company has already approached select cryptocurrency exchanges that could be roped in to support their upcoming product. A Facebook insider who refused to be named stated, like many other companies, Facebook is exploring ways to leverage the power of blockchain technology. This new small team is exploring many different applications. We don't have anything further to share. What's in it for the tech giant? Whether or not the social networking titan will make money from this venture is yet to be determined based on what type of crypto they set out to make. Conventional cryptocurrencies have been launched via initial coin offerings, ICOs, where investors buy into the project in anticipation of that the value of the coin will deliver, which value depended on the demand. By taking the direction of a stablecoin, it may appear like the issue of demand will not play a significant role since the value is guaranteed from the beginning. Experts believe that as Facebook has decided to create a cryptocurrency for its own sake and then have people offer it to users in exchange for fiat currency, the company will make a killing, especially during the preliminary stages. Let's sum it all up. The choice of the Indian subcontinent for a WhatsApp-based cryptocurrency is a perfect business idea, as the payment structures there are not as developed as what you find in the countries like the US and the UK. While cash still plays a big role in the Indian economy, there is a slow but sure paradigm shift towards mobile technologies, with an estimated $400 billion £290 billion mobile wallet market via PayTm. This, therefore, makes introducing a WhatsApp-based payment system a walk in the park. Facebook's choice of populous India comes on the heels of Google's launch of a mobile payment service Tez, now called Google Pay, in India in 2017 before it spread to the rest of the world. Current reports indicate that Google Pay serves at least 25 million users monthly in the country. The last word. That blockchain's electrifying technology has thrilled the entire world with its potential to solve hitherto tricky problems is a subject on everyone's lips. Facebook has decided to join in and use it to improve areas of trust and money transmission will help it get a grip on the money market besides solidifying their hold on entire populations. By entering the world of cryptocurrencies, the social networking giant is taking competition at the doorstep of mobile payment service providers in India and soon after that the rest of the world. Pundits believe the much-awaited launch is a trial ahead of a global launch, something which fits snugly with Facebook's aim to permeate all the aspects of our daily lives and remain gradually obligatory.
This is why the Bitcoin Lightning Network capacity now exceeds $4.2 million, promising to be electrifying and covering for the rapidly expanding Bitcoin. Lightning Network is the nearest alternative for scaling the underlying. At the time of press and perhaps triggered by expanding Bitcoin prices, an increasing number of BTC accepting merchants, the LN network capacity is up 54%, processing a massive $4,259,141.07, or roughly 1057 BTCs. As the capacity grows, the number of channels follow suit and are up 18% to 7,381. But why is Lightning Network gaining so much traction roughly a year after launch? SegWit laid the foundation. For once, we must understand that Bitcoin as a network is limited by block size. Back in Q3 and Q4 2017, several solutions were proposed, and in a bid to deal with a bloated network, the community agreed to soft fork the network through a user-activated upgrade in segregated witness (SegWit). It was SegWit that laid the foundation for LN as it ran a code separating transaction signature from data, thereby freeing up space, allowing for more transactions to fit in a block. Supporters estimated that SegWit would quadruple the nominal capacity of the network. Apart from implementing this space-freeing code, SegWit also dealt with the malleability bug that would have directly impeded the activation and launching of LN, a Layer 2 and controversial Layer 2 solution that would increase the network's throughput. Since the business community disagreed to activate and double block size to 2 MB contrary to New York and Hong Kong agreements, the only solution that would scale the network was Lightning Network. Here's why Lightning Network is popular. Lightning Network introduces a smart contract that runs on top of the Bitcoin network, allowing IOUs. Through this code, a peer can only one payment channel and connect with other peers he or she transacts with. Similarly, each peer will have one connection to the underlying blockchain network. Connected peers can transact as they want, execute private payments, but once the channel is closed or funds in this LN supporting wallet are exhausted, everything is settled on the Bitcoin blockchain. Because of this arrangement, payments are processed faster, costs reduced, and the throughput increased by several factors. In fact, according to the official Lightning Network description, the creation of private channels scales the underlying by millions to billions of transactions per second, meaning it can outperform traditional financial intermediaries like Visa, which can process 2,000 transactions per second, and other centralized network by several magnitudes. Add this to the efficiency and lack of intermediation costs that parties paid, the network becomes this audit-free, secure and cheap payment processing juggernaut. Supporters. There are weaknesses associated with the LN, but the promise of making small transactions in a scalable manner is what is enticing. Already, Jack Dorsey is a supporter, and through tippin.me, users can tip users posting quality content or breaking news in Twitter. That's not all. According to Mainnet Lightning Network stores, more merchants are embracing the future. Through Lightning Pizza, you can order pizza from Domino's and pay with Bitcoin via the LN.
The New York Times is planning to experiment with blockchain publishing. The New York Times, the second largest newspaper in the U.S. by circulation and a storied institution in American journalism, is getting ready to experiment with blockchain technology for publishing. According to a new job posting, the media organization is looking for someone to help design a blockchain-based proof of concept for news publishers. To start the project, NET is looking for a forward-looking leader who would be working on the proof of concepts outline for 12 months within the company's research and development division. The new hire will codify the vision for the research project and share that vision with potential stakeholders at other media organizations and help brand and create a public identity and assets for the project. Another goal will be to form a pool of the project stakeholders and find advisors from news organizations, academia, and social media companies. Skills set. The candidate should have previous experience innovating in media organizations and leading a combination of engineers, designers, journalists for more than 8 years, according to the NIT job posting. Strong skills in communication, writing and presentation, partnerships, and collaborations are necessary. The new blockchain leader should also have an established track record in real-world application of new technologies and a mixed skills set with some experience in at least 3 of journalism, product design, software development, hardware engineering, user research. No less important, the job requires a real passion for the New York Times mission. The NIT project wouldn't be the first blockchain media experiment. The most prominent of these is Civil, a token-driven startup backed by the Ethereum development studio Consensus. In its editorial operations, the New York Times has been covering the blockchain and cryptocurrency agenda for several years now, including the special project Demystifying the Blockchain last June. The newspaper's lead reporter in blockchain and crypto, Nathaniel Popper is also the author of the bestseller Digital Gold, Bitcoin and the Inside Story of the Misfits and Millionaires Trying to Reinvent Money. Thanks for watching. This has been the Bitcoin Cryptocurrency Market Top 10 Report, today sponsored by OhioBitcoin.com. We appreciate you spending a bit of your valuable time with us. We broadcast numerous times throughout the day, so stay tuned. Disclaimer: price articles and markets updates are intended for informational purposes only and should not to be considered as trading advice. Neither OhioBitcoin.com nor the author is responsible for any losses or gains, as the ultimate decision to conduct a trade is made by the reader. Always remember that only those in possession of their own private keys are in control of their own money. If you enjoy this type of content, please smash the like and subscribe buttons below. It helps us to get more views. Thanks again. See you with the next up to the nanosecond edition of the Bitcoin Cryptocurrency Market Top 10 Crypto Report.
Ethereum ETH hard fork. Goodbye Constantinople, hello Istanbul. Ethereum ETH, the cryptocurrency second only to Bitcoin and a leading smart contract platform, has always been one of the most talked about projects in the crypto space since it was introduced by Vitalik Buterin. Over the past few years, the project has marked several milestones, both in terms of development and adoption. The potential of the project was also recognized by several key players within the cryptocurrency space. Notably, among them was Roger Ver, founder of Bitcoin.com, formerly nicknamed Bitcoin Jesus. According to reports, Ver had stated that Ethereum could overtake Bitcoin by the end of 2018. In the meantime, however, the bear market took control of the cryptocurrency market, which led to the world's second largest cryptocurrency closing the year with a loss of around 90% of its value. Nonetheless, the project always stood out for its technical advancements, especially with all the buzz surrounding the platform's shift to proof-of-stake post-consensus mechanism. The upgrade was in the spotlight during the recent Ethereum DevCon, with Vitalik giving a brief introduction to Ethereum 2.0. Based on the roadmap, to get to the final phase, Ethereum would have to first complete the first three phases: Frontier, Homestead, and Metropolis. The first two phases were checked out by the Ethereum Foundation a long time ago. Metropolis. Unlike the first two phases of Ethereum, Frontier and Homestead, Metropolis was divided into two: Byzantium hard fork and Constantinople hard fork. According to the official blog post, this phase is when we finally release a relatively full-featured user interface for non-technical users of Ethereum. Byzantium hard fork was one of the smoother upgrades and introduced 8 Ethereum Improvement Protocols IPS. All of these protocols went live in October 2017 on block number 4,370,000. The key feature of the upgrade was the delay of the difficulty bomb, reducing the block reward from 5 ETH to 3 ETH. However, Constantinople, the second half of Metropolis, faced several hurdles, with the fork being pushed to a further date twice. This upgrade was also one of the most awaited in the Ethereum community. The initial proposal for the upgrade consisted of 5 Ethereum Improvement Protocols, with the main spotlight again on the delay of the difficulty bomb and the thirdening, reduction of the block rewards further from 3 ETH to 2 ETH. The first time the upgrade was delayed, it was due to issues faced during the Ropsten testnet Constantinople hard fork. The second was when it was discovered that one of the proposed improvement protocols made way for a reentrancy attack. This hard fork was pushed to February 2019 and scheduled to occur on block number 7,280,000. In order to solve the vulnerability issue, the team decided to have 2 hard forks, Constantinople and St. Petersburg, both of which would occur on the same block. This first upgrade would implement all 5 proposed protocols, and the second upgrade would either disable the IP, paving way for the vulnerability, or downgrade the update. This was later declared successful by the members of the Foundation, with the hard fork taking place on February 28, 2019. Hello Istanbul, the team is currently getting ready for the next hard fork, which will take place in about 8 months from now. According to reports, this hard fork could also include the proposal made for Constantinople hard fork, and the estimated deadline to submit all the proposals for Istanbul is slated to be May 2019. However, July 2019 will see the soft implementation of Istanbul compatibility on all Ethereum clients, and August 2019 is the estimated timeline for the testnet upgrade. Finally, the hard fork is expected to go live in the month of October 2019. Other upgrades in pipeline. Apart from Istanbul, other upgrades the team is focusing on are Ethereum 2.0, Arca Serenity, the final phase, and ProgPow implementation. ProgPow Arca programmatic proof of work is the upgrade that is much awaited by the mining community of Ethereum. Due to rising concerns over centralization, this implementation will reportedly bring down the control of ASIC miners and support the GPU mining part of the community. Serenity is the final phase of Ethereum. The main highlight of the upgrade is the shift from proof-of-work consensus algorithm to proof-of-stake consensus algorithm, and the introduction of Beacon and Casper on Ethereum. This phase would also make way for the UASM upgrade. Thanks for watching the OhioBitcoin.com Bitcoin news channel today. We appreciate you spending some of your valuable time with us. Disclaimer: price articles and markets updates are intended for informational purposes only, and should not be considered as trading advice. Neither OhioBitcoin.com nor the author is responsible for any losses or gains, as the ultimate decision to conduct a trade is made by the reader. Always remember that only those in possession of their own private keys are in control of their own money. If you enjoy this type of content, please smash the like and subscribe buttons below. It helps us to get more views. Thanks again. See you with more Bitcoin headline news and analysis soon.
Kraken CEO Jesse Powell accuses the block of reporting factually inaccurate news. Jesse Powell, Kraken's chief executive officer, had a heated conversation on Twitter with Mike Dudas, the founder of the block, with the former accusing the publication of presenting factually inaccurate statements in an article that attacked Kraken for reporting false trading volume. The article in question, published on March 13, cited an anonymous trader who allegedly revealed how an institutional account executed a stop order well below the set price, reported U-Today. The report also stated that $10K worth of Ethereum ETH was adequate for the asset's price to dip by 4%, which could be an indication of Kraken not reporting its true trading volumes. In response to these accusations, Powell claimed that the assumptions and conclusions reported in the article were factually incorrect. The CEO said that the anonymous trader behind the tip-off did not have any basic understanding of the market. Powell also called out the article for misleading information, citing the $10K Ethereum comment as one that would make inexperienced readers believe that $10,000 could affect the price of the second largest cryptocurrency. The CEO demanded an apology and said, "I'm defending myself. You hit first, and you hit without provocation. You turned a one-off tip into a hit piece without so much as taking a comment from us. Now we're getting to euphemisms, I see. Your media piece is an attack. I'll accept an apology." Powell also listed the false comments made in the article in a tweet, source, Twitter. Previously, Powell had accused Dudas of being an epic neutrino apologist for trying to hush the number to let a Coinbase conspiracy. Despite the block writer Larry Surmark claiming that Coinbase had no influence on their reportage, Powell did not buy it. Powell said, "Your coverage of Coinbase's murderous past looks like coverage of a stop loss. Your coverage of a stop loss looks like coverage of a murderous past." Dudas previously admitted to having multiple good friends at Coinbase. The prominent exchange had also invested in the block, he said. Source, Twitter. Thanks for watching the OhioBitcoin.com Bitcoin news channel today. We appreciate you spending some of your valuable time with us. Disclaimer: price articles and markets updates are intended for informational purposes only and should not to be considered as trading advice. Neither OhioBitcoin.com nor the author is responsible for any losses or gains, as the ultimate decision to conduct a trade is made by the reader. Always remember that only those in possession of their own private keys are in control of their own money. If you enjoy this type of content, please smash the like and subscribe buttons below. It helps us to get more views. Thanks again. See you with more Bitcoin headline news and analysis soon. Bitcoin transactions about to hit all-time high. The number of transactions per block for Bitcoin has reportedly exceeded levels set during January last year and could be on the right path for hitting an all-time high. Unfortunately, Bitcoin isn't on track for reaching its all-time high in terms of price, but the transaction volume has gone up by around 34% since the start of this year. In fact, there has been an average of more than 350,000 that have been processed each day this year. More than 234,000 Bitcoin transactions were recorded on 1 January, and this number seems to have been on the rise over the past 2 months. In December 2017, the Bitcoin network experienced more than 490,000 daily transactions, which were notably at the time of the historic crypto market bull run, when the price of Bitcoin made tremendous gains to its all-time high of $20,000. Even though the number of Bitcoin transactions has surged, the price of the leading cryptocurrency hasn't been able to recover to its larger prices. Adoption rate. There are many experts that have argued that there isn't a meaningful correlation between the daily Bitcoin transactions and the cryptocurrency's price. There are several factors that this could be down to, such as crypto traders being able to easily short Bitcoin and having access to crypto derivatives like Bitcoin futures. In addition to this, the volume of Bitcoin transactions has increased due to the increasing popularity of the Lightning Network. For those that are unaware, the LN is a 2-layer crypto payment solution that allows digital asset transfers to be processed in a quicker and more cost-effective fashion. Furthermore, the adoption rate for Bitcoin has seen a very significant increase of 700% over the last 6 years. Crypto payments. The crypto-security company based in Moscow, Kaspersky Labs, recently shared the results of one of its surveys, which revealed that more than 10% of global shoppers had used Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency to pay for goods and services bought online. Even though cryptocurrency was still the least popular option for online payments, the business lead at the Russian firm said, despite a fall in cryptocurrency prices, there is still a strong desire for digital transactions amongst consumers. Our consumer research has found a significant number of consumers are using cryptos for payment, which was surprising to see. Thanks for watching the OhioBitcoin.com Bitcoin news channel today. We appreciate you spending some of your valuable time with us. Disclaimer: price articles and markets updates are intended for informational purposes only and should not to be considered as trading advice. Neither OhioBitcoin.com nor the author is responsible for any losses or gains, as the ultimate decision to conduct a trade is made by the reader. Always remember that only those in possession of their own private keys are in control of their own money. If you enjoy this type of content, please smash the like and subscribe buttons below. It helps us to get more views. Thanks again. See you with more Bitcoin headline news and analysis soon.
Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak lost respect for Mark Zuckerberg, but not Bitcoin. Wozniak calls Bitcoin as something which has provided massive value creation. He admits holding a few Bitcoins for experimenting with new devices and applications. During his recent interview with Bloomberg on Wednesday, February the 26th, Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak openly praised Bitcoin. Although not a crypto investor himself, he said that Bitcoin provides massive value creation. Steve Wozniak has been a long-time supporter and proponent of Bitcoin, BTC. Last year in June 2018, Wozniak stated that he believes that Bitcoin will be the single native currency of the globe. During the recent interview, Bloomberg's Yusuf Gamal Eldin asked if he continues with his stand after we've seen massive value destruction in Bitcoin. Responding to this, Wozniak said, "I'm not sure I can buy that we've seen massive value destruction. I think we've seen massive value creation. Psychology will often drive market. I never invested in Bitcoin as an investor. I only had Bitcoin to experiment with and find out how to buy and sell things around the world and find restaurants that accept Bitcoin." However, Wozniak admits holding a few Bitcoin for experimenting with new devices and applications. He also noted that once he had a lot of Bitcoins, which he sold during the 2017 bull run. He said, "When it went up high, I didn't want to be one of those people obsessively watching the Bitcoin price, so I sold out. I don't know where it is now, but it's way over what I bought it at." Lost respect for Mark Zuckerberg, says Woz. Besides Bitcoin, Wozniak spoke on a range of issues like artificial intelligence and combating data breach issues. On the latter issue, Wozniak said that he lost respect for Facebook co-founder Mark Zuckerberg after last year's Cambridge Analytica scandal. The epic data breach had compromised data from millions of Facebook user accounts. Woz said, "I lost a lot of respect for Mark Zuckerberg watching him speak and answer questions, and supposedly taking some steps that are nothing, not one nickel or one penny of Facebook's income. I don't trust that." Just like Facebook, other popular social media platforms like Twitter are also facing similar data security challenges. But Woz goes to praise Twitter's Jack Dorsey for efforts to combat it. He says that "I think Jack Dorsey is doing a lot more than Mark Zuckerberg to correct it." Besides this, Wozniak favored introducing a healthy regulation in the tech space. He said, "Regulation is good. Regulation says companies will not do bad things, or governments will not do bad things. The United States is way behind Europe on recognizing these data privacy issues." Last year, Steve Wozniak joined a blockchain-powered venture capital fund called Equi Global as its co-founder. Equi Global is an Ethereum-based fund that is aimed at allowing investors to discover, examine and invest in a wide range of new business opportunities. The investments are to be made with a token called EquiToken. What is more, investors are also able to sell their Equi tokens on external crypto exchanges at any time they wish to do it. Published at THU, 28 February 2019, 10:11 and 7 seconds plus 0000.
Bitcoin coders send international Lightning payment over ham radio. In what appears to be a first-of-its-kind transaction, two developers working in separate countries have successfully sent a Bitcoin Lightning payment over radio waves. Organized over Twitter this past weekend, the transaction was sent by Rodolfo Novak, co-founder of Bitcoin hardware startup CoinKite, to developer and Bloomberg columnist Elenu. The completed payment effectively moved real Bitcoin from Toronto, Canada, to San Francisco, California. While radio technology is most commonly used for broadcasting music or talk radio, it's actually capable of much more than that. As the two developers showcased, radio can also be used to boost the resilience of the Bitcoin network. Bitcoin is making ham radio cool again. Who tweeted after sending the transaction to Novak, referencing ham radio, the use of radio by hobbyists who fiddle with radio technology. Image via Rodolfo Novak on Twitter. But sending Bitcoin over radio isn't just fun. Some researchers argue it actually has a necessary use case. In fact, the idea itself is the brainchild of Nick Szabo, inventor of the smart contract. Ewan Szabo presented the idea in 2017 at the Scaling Bitcoin conference in San Francisco, arguing at the time that it could help Bitcoin build resistance to partition attacks researchers argue could potentially be used to attack the network. The idea is that, while the internet can potentially be censored, it's not the only form of technology that can be used to send data from one part of the world to another, in case China decides to censor Bitcoin via the Great Firewall, or places like North Korea, where there is no internet at all, as Wu put it in an email to CoinDesk. Technology infrastructure startup Blockstream licensed satellites that beam Bitcoin to users around the world for similar reasons. Still, there are limits to the concept. It was a fun demo, but obviously unrealistic because we coordinated everything online before sending the radio signals, Wu acknowledged. She continued, "The equipment is currently the hard part. You need a radio that supports these frequencies. The cheapest way is with a software-defined radio, which is about $200 for something that can transmit low-power signals, or thousands for a high-power transmitter." Thanks for watching the OhioBitcoin.com Bitcoin news channel today. We appreciate you spending some of your valuable time with us. Disclaimer: price articles and markets updates are intended for informational purposes only and should not to be considered as trading advice. Neither OhioBitcoin.com nor the author is responsible for any losses or gains, as the ultimate decision to conduct a trade is made by the reader. Always remember that only those in possession of their own private keys are in control of their own money. If you enjoy this type of content, please smash the like and subscribe buttons below. It helps us to get more views. Thanks again. See you with more Bitcoin headline news and analysis soon.
Blockchain to be integrated into Facebook login. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg reveals in an interview with Jonathan Zittrain, a professor at Harvard, that he's willing to put the login on the blockchain. Zuckerberg revealed that the technology could give the social media users sole powers when yielding and giving information access to third-party apps. In May 2018, the media giant formed a blockchain team headed by David Marcus, ex-vice president of Messenger. The primary objective of the team was to explore the best techniques to leverage blockchain technology with social network. Like many other companies, Facebook is exploring ways to leverage the power of blockchain technology, a spokesman revealed. Facebook to create its own cryptocurrency. Last year, the media giant was also delving into the possibility of creating its own digital currency for payments. But this is the first signal that the company could incorporate blockchain as part of its login and data sharing system. In an interview, Zuckerberg revealed confirmation was a use of the technology that he is greatly interested in, even though he hasn't discovered the best way for this to operate. The suggested system would substitute Facebook Connect with distributed ledger technology. The system will enable users to select which apps to give access to and also set the limit of data shared. Various third-party services are already designing similar systems to safeguard individuals' personal information, but Facebook joining the bandwagon would be a substantial change in the field. Zuckerberg further explained, "You basically take your information, you store it on some decentralized system and you have the choice of whether to log in different places, and you're not going through an intermediary. There's a lot of things that I think would be quite attractive about that." In December, Facebook began a struggle of hunting blockchain technology specialists to work on its new project, as reported by Cointel. There has been much hype on the growing of startups and initial coin offerings established monthly, and this triggers the media giant to join the trend. If you enjoy this type of content, please click the like and subscribe buttons below. It helps us to get more views. Thanks again. See you with more Bitcoin headline news and analysis soon.
Will Facebook become the biggest name in crypto? You could call Facebook a technological pioneer. Their model for the social network has truly changed the world. The next step in Facebook's progression will see them enter the blockchain industry, with rumors suggesting that one day, Facebook wants to use crypto-based currencies to become the biggest central bank in the world. Facebook have designed a platform that is used by millions of people on an hourly basis. It's so ingrained in our lifestyles that Facebook exists across our devices, our telephones, or televisions, our computers, and what next? Our cryptocurrency wallets. The big question for the majority of the crypto community is, how will Facebook actually go on to integrate themselves as a part of the cryptocurrency community? Will they design a wallet to allow their users to store cryptocurrency? Will they design their own cryptocurrency? Will they adopt Bitcoin, or will it be something else? Perhaps a Facebook-led remittance payments system. If you haven't got the idea yet, the possibilities are truly endless when it comes to Facebook's role within cryptocurrency, because they have the technology and, most importantly, the financial backing to do whatever they want. They can launch new crypto products in an instant. Realistically, the really important thing to consider, something that is bigger than Facebook's financial strength, it's their adoption, their user base, and the sheer number of people that use their platform. During the last quarter of 2018, Facebook recorded over 2.32 billion monthly active users. Yes, that's active users, so this doesn't include Facebook users that have accounts but don't use the platform on a regular basis. Now, imagine the scale of a cryptocurrency project that is used by 2.32 billion users per month. A Facebook-led central bank. According to a new blog post by Lance Zhang, Facebook could plan to become one of the biggest central banks in the world. Facebook could do this through the introduction of a cryptocurrency service. All things considered, a Facebook-led central bank does seem like a logical next step, and it could mean very big things for cryptocurrency adoption. Between Messenger, WhatsApp, and Instagram, which Facebook owns, there are a collective 2.7 billion users. If Facebook decides to back the value of its own digital with a basket of foreign currencies, then it could potentially become the largest central bank in the world, because that's what central banks do: print money backed by a basket of foreign currency reserves. Furthermore, not only will this become monumental in world economic history, it is also going to become a serious and rapid threat for the existing giants of the finance industry. If Facebook issued its own digital currency, and all its users had a Facebook mobile wallet with Facebook coins in it, then the need for credit cards will diminish more and more. You make a purchase online, you pay for it with Facebook coins. Many apps have already integrated user sign-in with Facebook accounts. Payment is just another step away. This is a solid theory based off solid grounds. Facebook may not intend to become a central bank, but through the launch of their stablecoin for WhatsApp and Messenger, Facebook would essentially become a hub for huge amounts of money transfer in a range of different fiat currencies. This in turn would make them a central bank, in a symbolic sense at least. We do know that a Facebook coin will launch, though Facebook are yet to announce what the true nature of this coin will be. Many believe that it will facilitate some e-commerce payments. Online shopping will become a two-step process in Facebook apps. I see, I like, I click buy, I hit confirm. Facebook coins move from my mobile wallet to the seller immediately. There will be no exchange rate spreads and far lower transaction fees. Social networks, instant messaging and e-commerce will become truly integrated. You consumers will come to expect the convenience of two-click transactions. Existing e-commerce platforms using traditional payment gateways will have to adapt to compete. The true implication of this? A faster and more efficient online shopping experience, backed by a cryptocurrency that is easy to use, easy to access, and cheap to run. The question this then poses, will this eventually lead to the adoption of Bitcoin? If Facebook do design a stablecoin for e-commerce purposes, will it be tradable against Bitcoin? Probably not, or not for the near future at least. A lack of regulation for Bitcoin and traditional cryptocurrencies means that Facebook will always be uncertain about how they can adopt Bitcoin, but still remain within the boundaries of the law. Moreover, because Bitcoin is legal in some countries and illegal in others, it would be impossible for Facebook to actually police who is trading Bitcoin with their stablecoin, something that in turn could cause problems, such as Facebook becoming a platform for illicit trade too, much like Silk Road. Facebook faces a real dilemma here. It has gotten a lot of public backlash for selling user data in recent years. But if it swings to the other extreme, and guarantees absolute privacy like rivals Telegram and Signal, then it could potentially become another Silk Road, the internet black market that first popularized Bitcoin, when users started using it to buy and sell drugs. Facebook are set to become the biggest name in cryptocurrency, though as it stands nobody really knows how they are going to tackle this. The design of a Facebook coin is underway, though the true intentions for this coin are still unclear. As we delve deeper into 2019, hopefully it's just a case of waiting to find out. Thanks for watching the OhioBitcoin.com Bitcoin News channel today. We appreciate you spending some of your valuable time with us. Disclaimer: price articles and markets updates are intended for informational purposes only, and should not be considered as trading advice. Neither OhioBitcoin.com nor the author is responsible for any losses or gains, as the ultimate decision to conduct a trade is made by the reader. Always remember that only those in possession of their own private keys are in control of their own money. If you enjoy this type of content, please smash the like and subscribe buttons below. It helps us to get more views. Thanks again. See you with more Bitcoin headline news and analysis soon.
You can act like a man! What's the matter?
Fidelity's crypto custody service goes live for selected customers. Fidelity Digital Assets has launched cryptocurrency custody and trade execution services. Currently, It is available now only for selected customers, with the customer base expected to expand in the near future. Fidelity Digital Assets, a new company that offers enterprise-quality custody and trade execution services for cryptocurrencies to institutional investors, has announced that its platform is live. Selected customers have got access to cryptocurrency custody and trade execution operations, while others may have to wait until September. We are live with a select group of eligible clients and will continue rolling out slowly. Our solutions are focused on the needs of hedge funds, family offices, pensions, endowments, other institutional investors. More on our project, https://t.co/ekj2pwjt2 Y-numbered blockchain. Fidelity Digital Assets, at Digital Assets, March 7, 2019. Fidelity Digital Assets is a company established by Fidelity, a multinational financial services corporation based in Boston, Massachusetts, and the fourth largest asset manager with $2.4 trillion in assets under management as of December 2017. The giant spends $2.5 billion per year on technologies like artificial intelligence and blockchain. Fidelity Digital Asset Services was set up in October last year with the aim to provide cryptocurrency storage and trading services to institutional and enterprise clients. The company targets institutional investors and works on cryptocurrency solutions for commercial space. In January, Abigail P. Johnson, chairman and CEO of Fidelity Investments, revealed the company's plans to launch Bitcoin custody service with Ethereum Next and said that the date of launch was set for March. The promise has turned out to be true, and the service is now live. However, not all customers are able to use it. According to Tom Jessup, Fidelity Digital Assets head, some customers were using the platform in January, when it was in the final testing stage, while for other customers, it was March. Others may wait until September. Jessup explained, "It really depends on the facts and circumstances of each client." It is notable that the service was developed when the crypto market had quite hard times. As Tom Jessup, the last year collapse did not have any impact on the launch. He said, "If you started a crypto fund at the height of the market, you're probably hurting right now." Moreover, Jessup believes that despite the bear market, interest in cryptocurrencies from institutional investors continues to grow as they are looking for long-term investments. But having a desire to add some form of cryptocurrency to their portfolios, they do not want to take risk connected with the volatility of cryptos, which, at the same time, provides trading opportunities. According to the research conducted by Fidelity, about 22% of institutions asked already own cryptocurrency and expect to double their crypto assets over 5 years. Jessup said, "If anything, they are as encouraged now as they were when prices were higher." Fidelity Digital Assets will provide a perfect solution for institutional investors who wait and see when it comes to investing in cryptos. Earlier, Fidelity said, "Our conversations with a variety of institutions have served to underscore their clear need for a trusted platform provider in order to engage with digital assets in a meaningful way. We are committed to exceeding the requirements and standards of existing solutions with both our custody platform and trading venue, providing a combination of security and a central point of market access, disrupting the obfuscated nature of trading digital assets today." The new company will conduct trades on multiple exchanges for these investors, as well as handle custody and store digital assets. Fidelity Digital Assets is one of the first companies to provide similar services. The team behind the company is currently working on improving various parts of the platform and planning to expand its customer base in the near future.
Hey Cryptomaniacs, John McAfee here, inviting you to sample my lovely McAfee Premium Piping Hot Crypto Coins, made with 100% bullishness and without the foolishness. Well, maybe just a little. Try them today at Crypto Donald's. I'm hodling it.
People can call me anything they want as long as they don't call me late or...
How to keep Bitcoin. Top 5 types of Bitcoin wallets you can use right now. Choosing a Bitcoin wallet is no longer just a matter of choice in favor of security or simplicity. Using different wallets for different purposes is becoming common, same as using of different bank accounts when working with currencies like a US dollar or euro. A few years ago, there were several major types of wallets, and new developments in this sphere continued to appear. Nowadays, the process of choosing a wallet has become more complicated than before. Here we will try to carry out a brief classification of wallets according to their purpose. A Bitcoin wallet is a pair of two large and complex numbers. The first one is a public key. It is your wallet or address to send or receive Bitcoins. The second one is private key. It's encrypted and not intended for public access. A private key serves to confirm transactions on blockchain. Types of Bitcoin wallets. You need to download and install a special application on your computer for using a wallet. In this case, you will have local storage for the key file, and you will need to work with the security settings by yourself. There are several types of Bitcoin wallets: web wallets, online wallets, mobile, installs on smartphones, etc. Local, installs on a PC or a laptop, hardware, as a separate device, paper. In addition to previous classification of wallets, there is also a division into cold or hot wallets. You need to download full blockchain and constantly upload new blocks for using cold wallet. This type of wallet has a number of drawbacks for the average user. Download takes a lot of time, more than a day when first used. The entire transaction registry is loaded starting from the first day of Bitcoin existence. The volume takes about 100 GB of space on your HDD device because it includes the entire Bitcoin's blockchain. There is a risk of a complete and irretrievable loss of the wallet itself if the hard disk is damaged. So you need to make a reserve copy for safety on another device. You do not need to download the entire history of the transactions while using a hot wallet. You can operate with all the necessary data on third-party services. This method is convenient when using the wallet on a smartphone. But security level is much worse than cold because you will need to entrust a part of the necessary data to third-party services. Web wallets, online wallets. Online Bitcoin wallets has several advantages. You do not need to download blockchain. You can manage a wallet on a different devices. You will be able to operate with translations to other users by using an email address or a phone number. You can also send notifications on use address books. But no matter how good it is, you should not forget that using any online wallet means entrusting your funds to a third-party service. Therefore, the safety depends not only on yourself. If this service would be hacked, your coins can be stolen. Examples of the most popular online wallets: Coinbase, Blockchain.com, Cryptopics, BitPay. There are some cases that the owner is not a very confident computer user and cannot properly configure the protection of his wallet. Or the computer is too weak to use the cold wallet, and maybe a person just does not want to install programs on the computer since he does not operate with large amounts. Mobile wallets. Mobile wallet is installed on smartphones that runs on iOS or Android. Mutual settlements can be carried out using QR codes or NFC technology. Android-based wallets. At the moment, you can choose from a variety of different Android-based wallets. Since Bitcoin wallets are sometimes blocked by Apple, developers are much more focused on developing wallets for Android. 1. Bitcoin wallet. It works offline on Android. You can quickly make a transfer by scanning the QR code or using NFC. The integrated calculator can help you to convert BTC to any another currency. It has a possibility to create an address book on the most frequently used addresses. 2. Mycelium. It is considered one of the most popular Bitcoin wallets for Android. It is very easy to use. You can also easily create backup copies. A very detailed guide is provided with the application. 3. BreedWallet. It is a great Bitcoin wallet for the iPhone, which was recently introduced in the Android version. Wallet allows you to manage private keys with an easy-to-use user interface. 4. Edge Wallet. It is an easy-to-use Bitcoin wallet for iPhone and Android. Convenient authorization allows you to easily cope with the application. The wallet automatically backups, so you don't have to worry about it. 5. Greenbits. It is a native Android version of the Green Address wallet. This is a multi-signature wallet that also supports Trezor and Ledger hardware wallets. iOS-based wallets. In February 2014, Apple banned all Bitcoin wallets on the App Store, but changed its mind after a couple of months. Fortunately, now there are many options available for iOS users. In addition to the BreedWallet and Edge Wallet, there are unique purses, which are also good. Coinbase. It supports a lot of cryptocurrencies like a Bitcoin or Ethereum. There is a possibility to buy cryptocurrency by fiat. It has many features like a real-time or historical price charts for supported currencies, high-level security measures, chart alerts. You can use Coinbase on different devices. There are available web, Android and iOS versions. 2. Blockchain. This is a free wallet which can be used across a wide range of devices including iOS. It is fully open source. At the same time, it is very secure. None of the leading security researchers has been successful in cracking its security measures. 3. Copay. This is a product of BitPay, very reputed in this field. This wallet was originally built to handle its company's funds, and that tells a lot about its security. It is open source. Also, supports multiple languages. Local wallets. As we said earlier, wallets are divided into cold and hot. Now let's discuss a couple of examples. Among the cold wallets, we consider Bitcoin Core, as well as an application that extends its functionality. Bitcoin Core. If you are not sure which wallet to use, then choose Bitcoin Core. This application has a high-level security, confidentiality, and it works stably. This is an official BTC client, but it has a large resource intensity. Experts advise to keep it constantly on for supporting the Bitcoin system. It allows other nodes to connect to you. If for this application your computer or laptop is weak, then for such cases there are other Bitcoin wallets. The special features of Bitcoin Core include the fact that the wallet.dat file is used to store your BTC addresses and private keys. The file can be encrypted using a password. You can import and export keys, and you can sign messages. Armory for Bitcoin Core. Armory carries out its work on top of Bitcoin Core and expands its functionality. You need to install the official Bitcoin Core client and synchronize the blocks before using it. Armory is easy to use. Along with improved security under your control, there may be several wallets. It will reliably protect your data from internet attacks, plus provide the use of storage offline. With Armory, you can create messages that you can sign using the Bitcoin private key address. This is necessary so that the recipient knows that this message was sent by you. For a hot wallet, as we said earlier, the download of the entire blockchain is not required. All data is available on the service server. These wallets are very easy to manage from a laptop or tablet. Electrum. This is one of the most popular Bitcoin wallets for personal computers. It is very fast and easy to use. BMW uses the VeChain public blockchain for DApp VerifyCar. In Automotive Eat magazine, which among other things reports on trends in the automotive industry, a very interesting article was published in the latest issue for all fans of blockchain technology, and especially for the community of the cryptocurrency VeChain. According to the report, which is based on forecasts by Simon Kucher and Partners, the market volume for the blockchain in the auto industry is expected to reach €104 billion by 2030. Part of this will fall on the category of dApps, so-called distributed applications. Not only smartphones and computers collect data, but also cars store more and more information and process it further. But on the used car market, there is a big problem: manipulated mileage. With the help of the VeChain public blockchain and the DApp VerifyCar from BMW, this problem should be solved. Vehicle owners can use the collaboration of BMW and VeChain to transfer important information such as mileage or service and repair history verified and validated via the blockchain. Manipulated mileage should cause an annual damage of €6 billion. Mileage manipulation is an enormous problem. According to an ADAC study, every third used vehicle sold in Germany drives with a manipulated speedometer, and the annual damage amounts to more than €6 billion, says Saihan Albay, head of the BMW Group at Tech Office in Singapore, opposite Automotive Eat. In the long run, this leads to a loss of customer confidence, which is to be maintained using blockchain technology. The VerifyCar app would record not only the mileage but also all other activities of the vehicle and store it on the VeChain public blockchain VeChain Thor. In the future, customers of the BMW Group should be able to assign an individual QR code for each car. This is linked to the respective car and can be scanned to obtain necessary information such as the mileage. Even though everything has already been technically tested, it is not yet clear when the application will be ready for production. Tell us what you think about BMW using the VeChain public blockchain for DApp VerifyCar in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the OhioBitcoin.com Bitcoin News channel. Disclaimer: price articles and markets updates are intended for informational purposes only and should not to be considered as trading advice. Neither OhioBitcoin.com nor the author is responsible for any losses or gains, as the ultimate decision to conduct a trade is made by the reader. Always remember that only those in possession of their own private keys are in control of their own money. If you enjoy this type of content, please click the like and subscribe buttons below. It helps us to get more views. Thanks again. See you with more Bitcoin headline news and analysis soon.
Tron CEO. Bitcoin holds greater promise for younger generation of investors. Justin Sun believes that Bitcoin, BTC, and other cryptocurrencies have the potential to create opportunities for the younger generation of investors. Tron's CEO also implied that critics of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies were focused on the business side of things, rather than the more profound technological implications virtual currencies provide within the emerging digital economy. A promising future for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Speaking to CNBC on Wednesday, March 13, 2019, Sun weighed in on the future of Bitcoin, BTC, and cryptocurrencies in general. Commenting on the matter, Sun said he was optimistic about the future of virtual currencies. According to the Tron's CEO, developments of Layer 2 protocols like the Lightning Network, as well as the recent involvement of institutions like JP Morgan and Facebook in the industry, is indicative of the growing utility of virtual assets. Christopher Giancarlo, the head of the United States Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, also echoed sentiments similar to Sun's. In a speech delivered on Thursday, March 14, 2019, the CFTC chair described cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology as massive drivers in the transformation of the modern-day investment market. When pressed about criticisms from the likes of Warren Buffett about Bitcoin's utility, Sun declared that cryptocurrencies are more of a technology than a business opportunity. Elaborating further, Sun opined that virtual currencies present great opportunities for the younger generation, while declaring that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are the next wave of the internet. Focus should be on mass adoption, not market capitalization. The Tron CEO also presented a case for a greater focus on mass adoption, rather than on metrics like market capitalization. Tron is the 10th largest cryptocurrency by market cap, currently standing at $1.5 billion. Rather than focusing on market cap value, Sun instead says his focus is on the business development and technological aspects. In the mid-2018, Tron acquired BitTorrent, the file-sharing platform. Sun highlighted that his company is taking steps to integrate cryptocurrency and blockchain technology into the BitTorrent network. By so doing, Sun believes that they can onboard the platform's over 100 million active users across 138 countries onto a vibrant decentralized platform for file sharing. Apart from the ongoing efforts with BitTorrent, the Tron CEO also thinks that projects like Facebook's proposed cryptocurrency will guarantee greater adoption of virtual assets on a global scale. Do you agree with Sun's summation that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies have a promising future? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Thanks for watching the OhioBitcoin.com Bitcoin News channel today. We appreciate you spending some of your valuable time with us. Disclaimer: price articles and markets updates are intended for informational purposes only and should not be considered as trading advice. Neither OhioBitcoin.com nor the author is responsible for any losses or gains, as the ultimate decision to conduct a trade is made by the reader. Always remember that only those in possession of their own private keys are in control of their own money. If you enjoy this type of content, please smash the like and subscribe buttons below. It helps us to get more views. Thanks again. See you with more Bitcoin headline news and analysis soon.
Well, that's great. That's just fucking great, man. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do? Where's the real pretty shit now, man?
Ethereum FS Vitalik Buterin. Many products like new stablecoins and Brave browser are positives for ecosystem. The progress in the world of cryptocurrencies, according to many users, has been measured by the charts and the prices of individual coins. In the recently concluded Token 2049 conference, many proponents of the space gave their perspectives on where the cryptosphere will go in the future and about the latest updates from the crypto space. The roster of speakers at the conference included Vitalik Buterin, the co-founder of Ethereum ETH, Charles Hoskinson, the co-founder of Cardano ADA, as well as Bill Barrett, the chief executive officer CEO of Abra, a popular cryptocurrency wallet. Vitalik Buterin stated that aside from the technicalities of the field of cryptocurrencies, there were a lot of things happening in the ecosystem which were really positive and encouraging. The Ethereum co-founder pointed out that many cryptocurrency exchanges, emerging stablecoins, and cryptocurrency-related browsers were paving the way for a faster and more reliable cryptosphere. Buterin also mentioned the Brave browser as well as Opera's decision to integrate Ethereum wallets into the browser. The Brave browser gives users the option of earning basic attention token BAT for browsing websites like Vimeo and The Guardian. The browser recently announced that the preview of its developer channel had entered the second phase of development with an announcement that read, with today's developer channel update version 0.63.4, testers on OS X, Linux and Windows at x64 with 32-bit x86 to follow shortly will start to see the ads they are viewing being counted. Ad notifications received on the Brave Rewards settings page accessible through Brave Rewards. Charles Hoskinson also opined on the current bear market and claimed that success takes time. He stated, "Success in the field takes time, and it won't be instant. It will take at least 3 to 4 years. We are out of the building phase and are in the development phase right now. What is bizarre is that we have been a launched product for a long time now and are aiming to go from a federated system like Ripple to a fully decentralized system. We are aiming to become 100 times more decentralized than Bitcoin and 50 times more decentralized than EOS." Thanks for watching the OhioBitcoin.com Bitcoin news channel today. We appreciate you spending some of your valuable time with us. Disclaimer: price articles and markets updates are intended for informational purposes only and should not be considered as trading advice. Neither OhioBitcoin.com nor the author is responsible for any losses or gains, as the ultimate decision to conduct a trade is made by the reader. Always remember that only those in possession of their own private keys are in control of their own money. If you enjoy this type of content, please smash the like and subscribe buttons below. It helps us to get more views. Thanks again. See you with more Bitcoin headline news and analysis soon. Crypto industry still at odds over JPM coin. Weeks after the announcement of the JPM coin, the crypto industry is still confused about whether to embrace or reject it. Now, Binance put out a study on March 1, 2019, claiming that the coin will not be in competition with Ripple's XRP. What to do? In February 2019, JP Morgan broke the news that they would be launching the JPM coin, a dollar-backed coin that would be used for cross-border transactions among their customers. The news is already weeks old, but discussions surrounding it have not slowed down in the least. There has been commentary calling the move hypocritical due to the management of JP Morgan previously bashing Bitcoin, and also discussion about what place the new coin will have in the market and, more specifically, who they would be competing with. The most obvious candidate is Ripple's XRP token, which is the go-to for cross-border transactions in the industry. The initial verdict was that the JPM would definitely be competing with XRP because they would be targeting the same class of users who want quick and affordable cross-border transfers. Binance's take. Now, it would seem that opposing views are forming within the crypto industry regarding the matter, and one firm that has chimed in is Binance, who released a report on March 1, 2019, addressing the issue. They argue that when the JPM coin takes off, they will make use of a private, permission quorum blockchain network to conduct interinstitutional transfers and value settlements. In the case of XRP, The focus is to promote interbank transfer and settlements, and also to serve as a mediator between fiat and crypto services. This is in contrast to the closed network system that JPM will be making use of. Ripple has seen partnerships with a number of banks around the world because they trust their platform. This will not be the case with JPM because banks will be reluctant to make use of another bank's settlement token. It is more feasible that other banks will create their own coins. This means, according to the study, that both coins are targeting different markets and thus will not compete with each other. Mixed reviews. The Binance report is just another example of the conflicting opinions being given in the industry about the coin. A fiat-backed stablecoin is in essence a central bank digital currency, but with the credit risk of the depository bank, e.g. JPM coin. A free-floating digital asset like XRP has credit risk against its largest holding party. That party is in essence its central bank. Simon Taylor, at Taylor, March 3, 2019. Other commentators speculate a bloody crypto war fight between $JPM and $XRP is coming like that. I hope both of them will kill by each other finally. Coco Manji, at Cocomanji, March 3, 2019. Thanks for watching the OhioBitcoin.com Bitcoin news channel today. We appreciate you spending some of your valuable time with us. Disclaimer: price articles and markets updates are intended for informational purposes only and should not be considered as trading advice. Neither OhioBitcoin.com nor the author is responsible for any losses or gains, as the ultimate decision to conduct a trade is made by the reader. Always remember that only those in possession of their own private keys are in control of their own money. If you enjoy this type of content, please smash the like and subscribe buttons below. It helps us to get more views. Thanks again. See you with more Bitcoin headline news and analysis soon. Tom Lee of Fundstrat, Bitcoin bulls to return in 2019. Tom Lee of Fundstrat Global Advisors has once again given cryptocurrency market predictions. The long-term Bitcoin bull stated earlier that sentiment will once again turn positive during 2019. Lee draws on technical, macro, and fundamental indicators to make these conclusions. However, we all know that he has been wrong on more than one occasion when it comes to Bitcoin price. Tom Lee, Bitcoin Cash Fork Wars terrible for investor confidence. Tom Lee, the co-founder of Fundstrat Global Advisors, appeared earlier today on a CNBC segment titled Futures Now. There, he was asked about his outlook for the Bitcoin, BTC, and general cryptocurrency markets. Lee opined that 2019 was a year of repair for BTC. He stated that the Bitcoin Cash hard fork and the subsequent fork wars, as he refers to threats made by Craig S. Wright to 51% attack the Bitcoin ABC side of the split out of existence, had been massively detrimental for investor confidence. During the so-called fork wars, the price of Bitcoin dropped steeply from the low $6,000 range it had held for many weeks down to just above $3,000. Lee therefore expects this range to serve as massive resistance on the way back up. However, the BTC optimist did highlight multiple positive factors that he believes will allow the market to soar when sentiment does finally improve. These included previous macro headwinds, the fact that the dollar performed so well in 2018, for example, infrastructure improvements, the launch of Fidelity's custody solution in the Bakkt platform, and finally, technical indicators. Bitcoin price is now comfortably bouncing along the 200-day moving average. The upcoming launch of various crypto products from multi-trillion-dollar Fidelity has many excited. The conversation then turned briefly to Venezuela. Lee pointed out that people there were starting to use cryptocurrency thanks to the hyperinflated Bolivar turmoil is causing adoption to grow. Lee, JPM coin is no competition for Bitcoin. When going through the various positive factors that would boost the Bitcoin price when sentiment finally improved, Lee mentioned the launch of digital currencies by some of the planet's largest financial institutions and companies. This prompted a question about whether such centralized digital assets posed a threat to Bitcoin's value proposition. The research analyst replied that he did not think that it represented competition and that Bitcoin would remain at the center of the digital currency universe. It's not a threat to Bitcoin because it doesn't offer upside, but it probably makes other stablecoin projects less useful. Bitcoin is essentially starting to look like a reserve currency for digital currencies in general. Finally, Lee was pushed for a timeline for market sentiment to improve. The Fundstrat co-founder stated that he felt it needed perhaps 5 or 6 months more to recover from the plunge into the $3,000-4,000 range, which he attributes to the Bitcoin Cash fork last year. It is worth remembering that Tom Lee has been spectacularly wrong about BTC price predictions in the past. He spent most of 2018 calling for BTC to exceed its previous all-time high set at the end of 2017. This, of course, never happened. His new outlook appears more measured by contrast, and the analyst has been aloof from giving precise figures this time round too. Thanks for watching the OhioBitcoin.com Bitcoin news channel today. We appreciate you spending some of your valuable time with us. Disclaimer: price articles and markets updates are intended for informational purposes only and should not be considered as trading advice. Neither OhioBitcoin.com nor the author is responsible for any losses or gains, as the ultimate decision to conduct a trade is made by the reader. Always remember that only those in possession of their own private keys are in control of their own money. If you enjoy this type of content, please smash the like and subscribe buttons below. It helps us to get more views. Thanks again. See you with more Bitcoin headline news and analysis soon.
The fourth largest private employer in the U.S. says no to Visa, may accept Bitcoin. It is official. Kroger, the $22.35 B, the U.S. largest supermarket chain by revenue, complete with 3,028 locations, effectively becoming the fourth largest private employer, is officially tired of Visa credit cards. Like most centralized payment facilitators, Visa is quickly turning out to be fast, high throughput but expensive. For this reason, the chief financial officer at the profitable supermarket chain, Mike Schlottman, said they will no longer accept Visa credit cards at any of their Smith's Food and Drug stores beginning April 4. Food and Drug Stores has 20,000 employees spread across 7 U.S. states, operating in 134 branches. Visa has been misusing its position and charging retailers excessive fees for a long time. At Smith's, Visa's credit card fees are higher than any other credit card brand that we accept. Crypto like Bitcoin is cheap and superior. As a new innovation, blockchain and cryptocurrencies, including middlemen, a role played by centralized fund transfer agents like Visa. The fund transfer facilitator has infrastructure in place. But because of the nature of their operations, Visa and similar companies charge a premium for their services. In contrast, cryptocurrencies are in the early stages of adoption. Although they may be volatile, of which it will reduce when it is finally mainstream, evidence shows that these networks are cheap, fast, secure and most importantly global. That means fees are constant regardless of geography. Add that to censorship resistance, these superior alternatives are immune to local socio-economic events like hyperinflation. More about Visa. This is a blow to Visa. With 5 types of credit cards: Visa Classic, Gold, Platinum, Signature, and Infinite, the decision by Kroger may also change the mind of other chains. If it becomes a global rally, Visa may be forced to reduce their fees as profitability dipped despite their presence in more than 200 countries and accessibility from more than 1.9 million ATMs. Visa is the largest credit card issuer in the world. A Visa spokesperson, with a carefree attitude, responded saying, "Cardholders are our first priority. Our goal is to ensure that every cardholder can use their Visa card wherever they wish to shop. When consumer choice is limited, nobody wins." The Visa network delivers significant value for merchants, including access to more customers, increased sales, security and fraud protection, a quick and convenient checkout experience, and ongoing innovation and implementation of the latest technologies. Kroger enjoys all of these benefits, and there is a cost for these services, like any other. Anthony Pompliano and Bitcoin Lightning Network proposal. While tweeting about this decision, a co-founder and partner at Morgan Creek Digital, Anthony Pompliano, said his team was ready to meet the Kroger. The aim, he says, is to hook them up with the ever-expanding Bitcoin Lightning Network. Grocery store at Kroger is stopping acceptance of its Visa in over 250 stores because of network fees. Who knows someone on the leadership team there? The Morgan Creek Digital team will fly to meet them and get them hooked up with the Lightning Network nationwide. %OI. Pomp, at Pompliano, March 2, 2019. Moments later, a product manager of the supermarket chain, going by the Twitter name @Safiknik, said he was ready to make arrangements. "Hey Pomp, I'm a product manager at Kroger Digital. Can confirm that Yale is the correct person to discuss this with. I would love to set up a conversation. Nick, @Safiknik, March 2, 2019. Hours later, Pomp confirmed their first call, just finished up first call with someone on Kroger Digital team. World-class, forward-thinking crew. Looks like things are progressing. Stay tuned, OI. Pomp, at Pompliano, March 3, 2019. The Bitcoin Lightning Network is a Layer 2 solution that promises to scale the underlying settlement base. It is a work in progress and in beta. Thanks for watching the OhioBitcoin.com Bitcoin News channel today. We appreciate you spending some of your valuable time with us. Disclaimer: price articles and markets updates are intended for informational purposes only and should not to be considered as trading advice. Neither OhioBitcoin.com nor the author is responsible for any losses or gains, as the ultimate decision to conduct a trade is made by the reader. Always remember that only those in possession of their own private keys are in control of their own money. If you enjoy this type of content, please smash the like and subscribe buttons below. It helps us to get more views. Thanks again. See you with more Bitcoin headline news and analysis soon.
Bitfunery integration to bring Bitcoin Lightning payments to more merchants. The Bitfunery Group has partnered with business payments processor HadePay to bring Lightning Network-based Bitcoin payments to merchants in the US, Canada and the EU. Bitfury announced Thursday that it has integrated its web-based Lightning Network Peach Merchant API application programming interface with HadePay's platform, allowing businesses to accept payments over the Lightning Network and improving the efficiency and lowering the costs of Bitcoin transactions. After payment is made, merchants can immediately convert Bitcoins into another currency through HadePay's platform, Bitfury said. By bringing the Lightning Network to HadePay's payment processing platform, we are making it easier for businesses across the United States to accept Bitcoin payments, said Pavel Prikodko, head of Lightning Peach, Bitfury's team of Lightning Network developers. Bitcoin payments via HadePay are now available in all 50 U.S. states, Bitfury added. HadePay runs on a hybrid model, processing both fiat and blockchain payments. The platform can also be used by merchants around the world to accept payments through PayPal, Apple Pay, Square and more. HadePay CEO and founder Brian Nichols said, "Bitcoin has always been a good low-cost alternative to fiat payments, but with this integration Bitcoin payments are now equally convenient as our fiat payment processing services, thereby paving the way for mass adoption in commerce." It's worth noting that the Lightning Network, a second-layer scalability protocol that operates on top of the Bitcoin blockchain, is still a beta project, several projects, actually, with some risks attached to its use. Its several iterations continue to develop and see support from the community, however. Some big-name firms and individuals have been supporting the technology in an ongoing experiment known as the Lightning Torch, with financial services giant Fidelity Investments, LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman and Twitter and Square CEO Jack Dorsey all recently taking part. Thanks for watching the OhioBitcoin.com Bitcoin News channel today. We appreciate you spending some of your valuable time with us. Disclaimer: price articles and markets updates are intended for informational purposes only and should not to be considered as trading advice. Neither OhioBitcoin.com nor the author is responsible for any losses or gains, as the ultimate decision to conduct a trade is made by the reader. Always remember that only those in possession of their own private keys are in control of their own money. If you enjoy this type of content, please smash the like and subscribe buttons below. It helps us to get more views. Thanks again. See you with more Bitcoin headline news and analysis soon.
Samsung Pay considers integrating cryptocurrencies for its users. Samsung Pay's massive global user base can help in the mass adoption of digital currencies and can possibly offer an exponential growth to the payments platform. South Korea-based tech giant Samsung is taking bold measures in getting cryptocurrencies to the smartphone ecosystem. Recently, the company launched its Galaxy S10 handset featuring a built-in blockchain wallet. Also, Samsung's proprietary defense platform, Samsung Knox, houses the private key for the secure storage of digital assets. Furthermore, Samsung has supposedly partnered with leading blockchain protocols engine for its blockchain wallet. In another development, Samsung is likely to integrate cryptocurrencies on its popular mobile payments platform Samsung Pay. Currently, the Samsung Pay payments application has over 10 million active users globally. Samsung Pay cryptocurrency integration. On Friday, March 8, South Korea's popular mainstream media outlet Donga reported that as part of Samsung's plan to expand its user base globally, Samsung Pay is most likely to integrate cryptocurrencies. Shindonga published another report titled Crypto, Flying Away with Samsung Pay on its back, showing how cryptocurrency integration will help Samsung Pay. The publication notes that with this integration, Samsung Pay will strengthen its position as a fintech platform. It states that Samsung Pay is aggressively targeting the global financial services market. Also, Samsung Pay has recently integrated a global payment processing service while extending the transaction period for overseas users. It further adds that, at this phase of development, if a cryptocurrency wallet is added to Samsung Pay, the application will be strengthened as a complete fintech platform. Currently, the Samsung blockchain wallet is said to be supporting Ethereum, but more cryptocurrencies are expected to be integrated in the near term. The success recipe for Samsung Pay's success in the last few years is the platform's new product launches and acquisitions. Some smart decisions have helped Samsung Pay to sail through this competitive mobile payments market. Samsung Pay's $250 million acquisition of LoopPay has given the platform an upper edge among its competitors. With this acquisition, Samsung Pay users could process payments just by hovering the smartphone over the point of sale, POS, terminal. This proved to be highly successful in terms of providing the users with a seamless and convenient payments experience. The Donga report states that Samsung Pay has added a staggering 6.6 million users on its platform between 2017 to 2018. Crypto integration, a step towards mass adoption. Analysts predict that the addition of crypto payment services on Samsung Pay can put the platform on a higher growth trajectory. Furthermore, considering its massive user base, it will also lead to the mass adoption of digital currencies. This step by Samsung Pay is quite appealing to millennials who resonate with the idea of crypto investments and crypto use. Integrating Bitcoin payments in 2017 has proved highly successful for the Square Cash. Post this integration, Square has registered a massive 516% growth, making it a leading platform for crypto payments. Analysts are hopeful that Samsung Pay's crypto integration will help the platform with a similar kind of growth rate. Big tech organizations are slowly warming up to the idea of integrating crypto payments to their platform. Social media giant Facebook also plans to bring its native cryptocurrency across the entire suite of messaging applications. Published at Mon. 11 March 2019, 10:21 and 49 seconds plus 0000.
Ethereum co-founder Joseph Lubin highlights the diverse uses of blockchain. Although blockchain got its start with cryptocurrencies, in 2019 it's seeing applications in nearly every sector, according to Joseph Lubin, the co-founder of Ethereum, in a March 12, 2018 video. A quick sit-down. While blockchain has been steadily taking over the world, there are those who still do not understand or have an interest in what the technology can do for organizations. Fortunately, Joseph Lubin, the founder of Consensys, was able to take some time between Ethereum's recent hard fork and the consideration of gas fees to make a March 12, 2019 video with Consensys Media in which he explained some of the non-financial applications of distributed ledger technology, DLT. Question and answer. Lubin opened with examples from a wide variety of industries and explained their interest in blockchain technology. According to him, The financial sector was the first to get involved in the space because they sought to remove expensive intermediaries and also because they saw the uprising in the tokenization of assets. Since then, a number of banks are making use of it for a wider array of purposes, including decentralized infrastructure systems to manage securities. Another sector beyond the world of finance are content creators who, with blockchain technology, will have easier access to their audiences. Lubin cited Ujo Music, a consensus project, as a prime example as the platform currently helps over 1,000 artists upload their content. Lubin stated that artists are looking to move away from traditional business models to have access to a larger share of revenue. By making use of a platform that uses smart contracts, artists can enjoy more income, while intermediaries like promoters and record companies